Today I'm going to talk about 7 myths about living on a budget. Myth number 1, I can't live on a budget because it's too hard. Living on a budget actually isn't that hard to do. Once you have the system set up, it's incredibly easy. The hard part is setting up the system. The great thing about it is that you know exactly how much money you have and how much you spent at all times. Basically what you're doing is tracking your income and your expenses. And when you live on a budget, you can see exactly where your money is coming in and where your money is going out. So many people don't know where their money is going. They look at their credit card bill at the end of the month and they think, man, did I really spend that much money? I guess I did. Living on a budget prevents you from doing that. If I live on a budget, I can't have any fun. Now, if you live on a budget, you may have to cut out some expensive things that are fun, but that doesn't mean you can't have any fun. Of course you can have fun. It just means you have to decide what is important to you. And you may have to cut out something else in your life financially so you can do that thing. I can't live on a budget because I'll starve to death. When I first started living on a budget, I actually thought this might happen to me. I was really concerned about not having enough money to buy food, and if I didn't, in the past what I had done is I would just use my credit card. In reality, when you live on a budget, you just budget for the food that you want to eat. In my budget, I have a folder for restaurants, a folder specifically just for coffee for going to places like Starbucks, and I also have a folder for food and groceries. You won't starve to death. Again, it's just about tracking your expenses and figuring out what is important to you. I can't live on a budget because my parents didn't live on a budget. Growing up, my parents didn't live on a budget either. Not that I know of anyway. But so what? You're not your parents. You live your own life. Just because your parents didn't do something doesn't mean that you can't do something. You can do it, and it's really not that hard. I can't live on a budget because I don't know how. This is probably the biggest thing that stops people from living on a budget, is that they really just don't know how to do it. And it can be a little intimidating at first, but there are so many good resources out there on the internet. Dave Ramsey is a great resource if you want to learn how to live on a budget. Check out his envelope system. That was the exact system that I used to get myself out of debt, and I still use that same system today. And just because you don't know how to do something, it doesn't mean you can't learn how to do something. Learn how to do it, and it will make your life a lot better. I can't live on a budget because it's impossible for me to track all my spending. Now, what some people do is they keep the receipts, and then at the end of the month, they add up all the receipts and put them into a spreadsheet. Now, I knew for me that just wasn't going to work. I lose things, it's just hard for me to keep track of things. So what I do now is there is this incredible app called Good Budget. What Good Budget allows you to do is use the envelope system, but it's an app form. And because it's an app form, it's on your phone, and your phone is probably always with you at all times. So every time after I make a purchase, I get out my phone, I open up the app, and I record the purchase right then and there, and then it's done. I can't live on a budget because nobody else lives on a budget. The fact of the matter is that there's lots of people that live on budgets. I'm one of them, and it helped me to get out of debt pretty quickly. Trust me, once you start living on a budget and you see the benefits that it has in your life, you'll probably never want to go back to the old way of doing things again. So don't let these 7 myths, or really excuses, stop you from learning how to live on a budget, because it will benefit you so much. Living on a budget will make your life so much better in so many ways. Thanks for watching this video. Please leave a comment below and tell me if you live on a budget, and if you don't, why not? Take care, see you next time.